Hello, everybody, and welcome to season 2, episode 20 of the Everything About Everything Sports Podcast.
Guys talking about six and ball.
We're just gonna get out of the way. Ohio State won the national championship.
Claims the title of national champion.
Yeah, even Woody Hayes said that if you didn't win the game, did you really win the national title?
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. I mean, they're going to be considered national champions, but they didn't beat the reigning champion. So does it really count?
Also, a two-loss team.
Yeah. I mean, which is weird. It's the first time that something like that has happened in college football history. I think. Because before it used to be, they used to give it to a team. Like at the end of the year,
Yeah,
they would be a bowl game, and then they would announce the national champion. And then they had the college football playoff, the four team, and now it's this 12 team format where, yeah, like Ohio State, a team like Ohio State can be a two-win tier, two-loss team, can be the national champion, and a non-conference
yeah,
champion.
yeah. The only thing I'm happy about is the Big Ten one.
Yeah,
That's the only silver lining.
back-to-back Big Ten champions.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
That's the only thing that I can consider a W. Um, but I did enjoy the playoffs though, for the most part. Other than the team I'm wanting to win not winning, I did enjoy. I think there could have been better game matchups, but I'm excited for next year.
Yeah, I think next year we'll maybe have a little bit of a better grasp on it. Again, I mean, I've said before, I think they should have gone just to eight instead of having 12, and having the conference champions being the one through four seed or the first round
Yeah,
bye is kind of weird. It set up a lot of different weird matchups. So maybe they'll do just one through four next year. The top
yeah,
four teams getting the bye. I mean, that's what will make sense.
yeah.
But
Especially not having a month and a half off.
right, yeah, that was interesting as well. But I mean, who knows? Uh,
I'm
we'll just
sure
have
they'll.
to
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
we'll just have to wait till next year. We got almost
Oh,
8 months. Yeah, I think
jeez,
they're
that's
going to start in August next year.
yeah,
Football season starts in August, so
crazy.
August is month number 8. So yeah, basically 7 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
It just felt like it started too.
right. Yeah, I think college football has the longest off season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Football in general.
yeah, it does usually for the most part. Um, since I guess since we're on the football topic, do you just want to hop into the other one? The other big.
Sure,
We gotta talk about it.
we do. I don't want to,
No,
but
I
we
don't want
do.
to either. Uh, so Detroit lost.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
There were. I mean, I think everyone was saying that we were going to win this game. Everyone was predicting we were going to win this game. But in the back of my head, I had in the back of my head, it's like, what if we fucking lost this game?
I mean, it
And we
was
did.
always a possibility that nobody talked.
No, I mean we had it we had said it even. It's like Jalen, Jaden Daniels. He
Yeah,
doesn't play like a rookie quarterback. This is a sneaky good team. They have a good defense. They
their
played the
their
Eagles.
run game was trash, but their pass game was
The
decent.
passing game is really good.
Yeah,
Their run game by Jaden Daniels is good as well.
yeah,
But I mean, they played Tampa Bay pretty well, and they beat them.
yeah,
But you just, especially with the first seed, you hate to see
yeah.
the Lions go down like that.
It to me, it felt like we didn't take. We just took the bye week just to rest. It didn't look like we prepared as well as we should have.
That's what it kind of sounded like too. I know Jared Goff did an interview on the radio in 97.1, and he was saying that he was in the facility, but he didn't say what he was doing. So it could have been just like some team meetings or whatever.
Yeah,
That's what I think Dan Campbell talked about as well. They had like a press conference.
Yeah.
And I think he was saying it was just like the first week was like team meetings, and then once they found out who they were playing, they had uh,
I mean,
they
that
had
makes
prepared for them.
sense, you know.
It does make sense, but at the same time, it's like we want to kind of try to keep you guys up to game speed.
Yeah, you would do like you would go back to like day one install and just make sure your P's and Q's are for sure set.
Right. And I think it was Amon Ra had said that Washington going into Ford Field, they felt like they had more energy than the
Yeah,
Lions, which is not something you want to hear,
yeah,
and also not something you want to see because that's your literally your turf, and
yeah,
you have that huge advantage with the crowd and everything in
yeah.
it. You playing at home,
Even Sheila uh Ford sent like letters to all ticket holders, like season ticket holders.
yeah,
And she was like, "Thank you guys for actually making Ford Field a home field advantage because it was never like that until recently, for the most part."
yeah,
So, in my eyes, I love Dan Campbell. I I respect it. People's like, "Oh, he's such a bitch for crying." Bitch, you would cry too.
yeah. It's like I'm sure a lot of the coaches when they have losses like that,
Yeah.
they show frustration behind closed doors
Oh
or
yeah.
with their families or whatever, but they don't show it the way Dan Campbell does. I mean, that just goes back to him being authentic and being like,
Yeah.
what you see is what you get. I mean, there was a famous video. I think it was Texas baseball or Tennessee baseball.
Oh yeah.
You had a coach flipping on the line.
Yeah, dude.
It's like you guys will forget this in 20 minutes. You have to. But I have to live with a loss like this for the rest of my goddamn life. And he's pounding the table and he's
Yeah.
yelling. He was like, "We got beat at everything. Two strike hitting, two out hitting." He was like, what are you guys fucking doing out there?"
I
And
don't
then,
know if Dan Campbell is like that. It'd be interesting to see because you never see that side.
no, you probably think that I don't know. I mean, well, you
I'm trying
probably
to
never
think.
get an idea of what
I'm
he
trying to
is
think
like.
back to Hard Knocks. Did he really chew somebody out on Hard
I
Knocks?
know, I can't remember what his name, but I saw a clip just earlier today. It was of from Hard Knocks. It was the linebacker room, and with Malcolm Rodriguez, the dude in the linebacker room, and he was like, "You guys are getting outplayed by a rookie." He was like, "This is a rookie dude, and he's not a first round pick. He's not a second round pick. He's not even a third round
Yeah,
pick.
Rodrigo was like a 6 round
He
pick.
was a sixth round pick." And he was like, "Now, if he's the better guy, he's the better guy." He was like, "But you guys are veterans, and he's doing the same drills that you are." He goes,
Yeah,
"And I expect you guys to put in the same effort." He was like, "And this guy's used doing everything right."
yeah,
And he's like, "You keep on doing what you're doing, Rodrigo, but you guys need to like basically tell him he needs to pick it up."
yeah,
So I mean, you do see stuff like that,
yeah.
but
Which is normal.
oh yeah,
Um, this is I'm so. I want to preface saying we knew this was gonna happen. We knew Ben Johnson was going to leave.
yeah.
I'm happy he got paid. I am.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If that's his ultimate goal is to be a head coach, and that's what he got, and he got paid,
I'm
go,
happy
good for
about that.
him.
Do not go to a division rival though.
No, yeah, that's what I was kind of upset about. I mean,
That's the only reason why I was upset. You had to go to the Bears.
eh, I mean, at the same time, it's like what we had just said. It's like, hey, you got paid, you did what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
But I mean, if it is for the Bears, then yeah, it sucks he's at a division rival. But I mean, he did what he wanted to do. If that was the best spot for him, and that was the most logical thing for him and the family and stuff, and he would
yeah,
get paid the most, and he'd feel most comfortable there,
yeah.
then you can't really fault the guy for leaving. But it just does suck that you're going to see him
Again,
twice a year now.
yeah.
So
And Aaron Glenn went to the Jets.
he didn't go to the Jets yet.
Yep,
No,
but
he got an interview there, and the goal was to keep him in the building until he signed the contract. But yeah, he left. It was reported that he landed back here in Detroit, and he
oh,
didn't take the job. But the Jets have said that the job is his if he wants it. But he has an interview with the Saints, I think, on Friday. So
okay.
he's going to go there and probably compare the two, and we might
Yeah,
probably end up losing him.
yeah. The thing is, we knew we were going to lose him. That's the thing. Like
Yeah,
it's not. This wasn't news. Like we were gonna lose them. Uh, we thought we were going to lose them last year. We thought Ben Johnson was gone last year. To be honest with you, I
right.
did. So yeah, it just sucks that it's the Bears. But pick number 28 in the draft isn't all that bad though.
No, it's not bad. I mean, what do we have last year? We had 29 last year,
Yeah,
so
especially because we don't need a quarterback. You know,
no.
we
Well, so I did see something though that if Ben Johnson leaves and he would go someplace, Hendon Hooker was most likely going to follow him. But that was if he went to the Raiders. That was the report. Is if he went to the Raiders, Hendon Hooker was most likely going to follow him to the Raiders. But with the Bears, you already have a quarterback
yeah,
and Caleb Williams. So it wouldn't really make
and a
sense
young
for a
one.
younger, yeah, it wouldn't really make sense for a young Hendon Hooker to go to Chicago. He probably wouldn't be seeing much playing time.
Yeah,
So we're probably going to end up keeping him, maybe, but we won't see until free agency starts, and that starts on March 10th.
yeah.
So
But either way, I don't think we would need to draft a first round quarterback.
no, yeah, probably not.
We have receivers.
We do. The only receiver free agent that we have is Tim Patrick. I think one of the Reynolds is also a free agent.
Oh,
Or no, well, Khalif Raymond and Craig Reynolds. I can't remember which one. Um, one of those guys is a free agent as well. But we
yeah,
have six starter free agents and a few guys who we should probably end up signing back, like Ben Neiman, Dan Skipper, um,
yeah.
a couple guys like that.
It would
Emmanuel Mosley.
it would really suck if we didn't sign Skip, dude.
It really would. I mean, if he chooses retirement,
I would understand.
yeah, I mean, yeah, go ahead. Like, you got your money. I don't know if he's won a Super Bowl. I don't think
No,
no.
I don't think so either.
So, but Kevin Zeitler, he's a free agent. Um, Carlton Davis is a free agent. Tim Patrick, like I said before,
Yeah,
a couple other guys are free agents.
it'll be interesting to see. I feel
Derek
like
Barnes is a free agent.
I feel like Brad Holmes is the guy. So
Yeah, Brad. I mean, we have no reason to doubt Brad Holmes. Now, is he going to turn every single draft pick into a generational talent?
no,
No. He's already missed on a few. There's a couple second, third round picks that haven't panned out. And this Rakestraw really hasn't taken his full form yet either. He's getting there though.
he's just been hurt, dude.
He was hurt since like week 8, and I think he left the game early in the divisional game against Washington too.
I didn't
So I
even know
mean,
he played.
I think he played only like a little bit. I think he left in like the middle of the second quarter. So I remember seeing that somewhere. I'm pretty sure, but he hasn't hit in everything yet, and he's not going to hit in everything. But he does have a really good track record with his picks so far.
Yeah,
I mean, we just talked about Rodriguez being a 6th round pick. I mean, guy is pretty much a starting linebacker.
yeah. For
He
the
was
most
for most
part,
years
yeah.
too, since we had a lot of
Until
hurt
he
guys.
tore his shit. Yeah,
Yeah, and shit, that's gonna happen.
yeah.
Shit happens.
Uh, yeah, dude. I'm excited. This one hurts, but we'll be back.
Yeah, um,
It's going to be a lot harder to do next year.
it's gonna. Yeah. We thought getting back here to the playoffs was hard from last year. It's gonna be even harder next year since we probably are gonna have both coordinators. We're gonna have
And our
probably gonna lose a few guys in free agency. You never know.
and our schedule, our away schedule, dude.
Our away schedule is kind of tough, um, but I'm really not too worried about it, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
What you saying? As of right now, what I hope is a Eagles and Bills Super Bowl. But it's going to be very difficult for the Bills because they have to play the Chiefs and the refs at the same time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would like to see the Bills win the Super Bowl now that the Lions are out.
Yeah.
I will say though, if Washington did go on to win the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be terribly mad because at least you did lose to the Super Bowl champions. But then I
Hmm.
know a lot of people have the kind of opinion. It's like, well, why would you want them to see? Why would you want to see them win the Super Bowl? And I don't. Like I said, I want the Bills to win, but I just wouldn't be. terribly upset if they did win. I just don't want the Chiefs to win. That's
Yeah,
really the only thing.
anybody but the Chiefs, really. I
Yeah.
don't care who makes it. Um, I to be honest, I didn't really watch the games on Sunday because it just playoff football wasn't the same.
No, yeah, I didn't watch any of the games either. I watched the highlights, but I didn't watch the
It
games.
was crazy how fast that momentum shifted of, oh, I'm so excited to watch playoff football.
Now I don't. I don't even want to watch football.
I'm like,
And then the national championship game just it
that was salt in
completely
the
degraded
wound.
me. When it was 31-7, I turned it off.
Oh, it was 31 to
It was 31 to
I turned
7.
it off for quarter. I watched White Chicks.
Oh jeez.
I was like, this is a better use of my time.
The final score was 34-23,
Yeah,
but I turned it off when it
dude.
was 31-7.
Um, yeah. I mean, it just football is football right now. I I will be watching the games this weekend. I am excited to see uh who will win. You know, uh, I really hope the Bills do win though,
Yeah, yeah, I definitely want the Bills to win because I don't want to see
and
the
that would
Chiefs
fit the
lose.
whole color conspiracy thing because Bills have red in them, so
Yeah,
technically it could work.
the logo is red and green,
Yeah,
so it would make sense. Bills and Eagles.
would be green and red, but it
Yeah,
could also be Eagles and Chiefs.
yeah, which
Wait,
you really don't hope for.
yeah,
Um, but
dude.
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. I did see that the Buffalo game was really interesting to watch, though.
yeah, Bills Ravens was really cool because it was like the snow kind of piled up over the course of the game.
Yeah,
Like it started off, it was like just snow flurries, and then by like the end of the second quarter, beginning of the third quarter, you couldn't even really see like the numbers on the field,
yeah.
which is pretty cool. And what you call it? It was really cold in Kansas City as well. So like seeing it was like I think it was snowing there. I think there was like light snow on the ground, but it wasn't like covering the field like it was
Yeah, it was
in
like a
Buffalo.
mixture of snow and rain.
Yeah,
Dude, talking about cold right now, nips are like diamonds.
there are no degrees outside in Michigan right now. There, and when I looked at my dash on the way here, it said it was like 8. But earlier this morning, it was like -3, -1.
Yeah, dude. Going into work, the wind chill was at -15.
Yeah, it's absolutely
You
ridiculous.
can't go off of, oh, it's the actual temperature. You can't go off that. It's
No,
all about the feel.
no, yeah. Because when I was out, at work today, I went outside. Well, not willingly, but I had to go outside. Yeah, no. I had to go outside, and I had like my jacket on and stuff like that. And I looked at the dash of my car, went out like I was on my way to lunch, so I had to walk across the parking lot.
Yeah.
So and then I got into the car and it said that it was like 6 degrees outside. It did not feel like 6 degrees at
Dude,
all.
usually like Michiganders know it. It's like you're like, oh, I gotta take out the trash real quick. Just if you're just in shorts and a tank or shorts and no shirt and you have shoes on, you just go run out and take the trash out, even
Yeah,
when it's cold. Fucker, today is I would bundle up just to move
just to
fine.
go outside,
Yeah,
just to like move my car.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
ridiculous.
that was not fun this morning, dude.
And speaking of which, yesterday and today, kids around, I don't know if it was all of the area around here, if it was only like a couple of school districts, but kids didn't have school because of the
Oh
very
yeah,
cold.
and most of them around
Which,
here.
when we were in school, I mean, I remember it would have to be like at least like 8 inches of snow for us to not have school.
When we were like kids, where I'm
Yeah,
like 10 through
like
or
middle school, elementary school, middle school.
sit like 7 through 10 or
Yeah,
7 through 12, it would have to be like a foot of snow.
yeah,
And then when it happened a couple years like before COVID. So like ninth grade into all throughout like senior year. If it got to like this temperature, they would just cut school,
Yeah, yeah,
which
it was
which is weird. You know,
no, yeah, usually it doesn't like because
it's
yeah, we weren't used to
appreciated.
it. I mean, yeah, shit, yeah, I mean, give me the no school, I appreciate it.
It
But
happened a lot in Iowa for me.
yeah, there was I remember there was one year, I think it was I can't remember what year it was. It might have been when we were in high school. I think it might maybe like at the end of middle school, maybe like eighth grade or something like that. But it got real like very cold here in Michigan. It was like -25 before wind chill,
Yeah,
and
dude.
it was like a polar wind or whatever that came down, swept through. Like this is the
It broke
years that like
records.
oh yeah, this was the year where it like snowed in Florida or something like that, when
Yeah,
people were like, oh my god, the world's ending, and like but it was
fucking cold.
very cold. It was like -40 with wind chill outside,
Yeah,
and they
usually.
canceled school for that.
Yeah, because usually, like, if it's like a snow day, brings us back to the old NFL commercial with Gronk and everything.
Yeah,
Snow day.
that's one of the best commercials of all time.
But it's like today's a snow day, but fuck no,
No, yeah,
we hunkered down.
yeah. Today is a batter down the hatches day, not a snow day. Like uh, a few days ago, when it was like hovering around like 30 degrees, like 28, 30 degrees, when we got those like 4 inches of snow,
Yeah,
that was a snow day
yeah.
because the sun was out at some points. That
It
was a
was
good day.
powder.
Yeah, it was like
Now
powder. It
it's like
wasn't like heavy
concrete.
snow. Yeah, Jesus Christ, now it's like rocks. So
You can't have a snowball fight.
no, yeah, you're fucking hurt yourself.
So, um, it, but it is supposed to be warmer tomorrow, like 12 degrees.
Oh, God forbid. 12 degrees. Well, it beats -12 like it is
Yeah,
now.
it just it is what it is, I guess. Um,
Speaking of negatives, um,
Red Wings.
yeah, Red Wings have lost three straight.
Yeah.
They lost to the Flyers in overtime yesterday.
Was it overtime? I saw that it was 1-1. I was watching the game for a little bit.
Yeah, we lost 2-1 in overtime. We didn't look very good towards the end of the game. At the beginning of the game, we got off to a slow start, but we started to skate with the Flyers, and it was actually a really good, entertaining game throughout like the second period. And then the third period, we just really couldn't look like we couldn't really get anything going. We couldn't really get plays set up. We didn't really have that many high quality shots, and I mean, we did have some. I think we had like maybe two power plays or whatever, and um, and then once overtime hit, we just looked even worse. We looked like we were tired. We didn't
Yeah.
really set up a whole lot. We were taking like weird bad angle shots, and it just didn't. It didn't look very good for us. So, I'm not too sure who we have next. I think we go to Columbus next.
No, they're here.
Are they here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, against Montreal, Montreal Canadiens, who are a playoff team right now. And they've looked pretty good. So, hopefully, we can correct what we were doing wrong, and we can get a win against a playoff team, a convincing win, hopefully, and play better like we were when we were playing in that 7 game win streak. So now I think what's his face, Todd McClellan, I think is like 8-3 or 8-4 since
Yeah.
he's been with the team, or eight. I think 8-5 because he was 7-2, and then he was 8-2, and now I think he's 7-5 or 8-5.
Yeah.
So
And we elevated that Strobling guy, right?
yeah, Elmer Soderblom.
Oh,
What did you call him?
Strobling.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus. Uh,
Yeah, Elmer Soderblom. He's 6'8".
yeah.
So yeah,
Hey, he was from
ridiculous.
Grand Rapids, right?
He was on Grand Rapids Griffins. He's
Okay.
Swedish, I'm pretty sure.
I was gonna say he's not American.
No, yeah, not American kid.
Listen to him talk, dude. You're just like,
You're for him.
whoa.
He is. Some guys you can tell, like Lucas Raymond, when he speaks, he has really good English, so you can't tell that he's from Sweden. But then a guy like, Moritz Seider, you can kind of tell, like he has like a little bit of an accent, but not very much. And it's gotten better since he first came to the Wings. But this kid, you can tell that he's not from the United States. Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, dude. Man. But The Pistons are 22-21, and they play the Hawks tonight at home.
Mm.
I think at home.
You watched the Clippers game yesterday, or not the Clippers?
Nets.
The
Uh,
Nets game.
I watched part of it.
It was really cool because they interviewed Kate Cunningham the day after, and or I think the day before, and they asked him between about him and Jalen Green, the rivalry,
Yeah.
and he said that like they were matched up against each other, compared with each other since high school, and they don't shake hands before the game and stuff like that. And he goes, and I think we like they don't need, like he said, that they don't need to do all that because they both know what it is and what it means. And then Shaq chimed in. He was like, "That was the professional answer." And then the caption on the thing that I saw on Instagram, it was like, "That's the professional answer for I hate that motherfucker." Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I mean, it's
There's
glad.
some
I'm good.
animosity.
Good, yeah. I mean, we kind of need that back in the NBA,
Bring back the bad
dude.
boys.
Yes, you have the jerseys for it, basically. Bring back a little bit of attitude.
Yeah.
The league's gotten so soft now.
Yeah, dude. I was watching a little bit of it, and like I was watching part of the Suns and Pistons game, and
Yeah.
some of the fouls they were calling, like, dude, come on.
Speaking of soft, taking it back to hockey for just for a second. The so the who was it? I think it was the Canucks. Oh yeah, it was the Canucks and the Oilers. They were playing each other in Vancouver, and there was a dude on the Vancouver Canucks. I think it was Connor Garland, who was he was irritating Connor McDavid. Like it's one thing to play the dude in his back pocket. I mean, you kind of have to because he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
But he was grabbing his stick. He was like, pulling at his jersey and stuff like that. He was shoving him, like, shoving him in the shoulders and stuff like that, giving him little cross checks and stuff. So McDavid came by and he got tied up with him. Garland ended up losing his balance and falling down, and McDavid falls on top of him. And he kind of he takes his time getting up, which
Yeah.
is one thing. It's like, yeah, I'm going to sit on top of you here and irritate you because you can't get up, and then I'm going to take my time getting up off of you to kind of fuck with you now.
Yeah.
But then when McDavid got up, he started to mess with him more. Garland started messing with McDavid more, and he cross-checked him in the face, and he got a 3-game suspension for that. A first-time offender who was being messed with cross-checked someone out of frustration, and they ended up getting the suspension penalty
That's
for 3
crazy.
games yet.
That's crazy.
And then Tyler Myers, who cross-checked, I can't remember who he had cross-checked, but he did it. So McDavid kind of did it like in the back, like on the side of the helmet, or like on the shoulder area, and he didn't really like forcefully hit him like in the head. Like it was a cross-check to the head, but it wasn't like directly like he got him straight in the head. Like he hit like his
Yeah.
shoulder, and like kind of was like trying to maybe get his shoulder, and it slipped up into the helmet.
Yeah.
But Tyler Myers, who was on the Vancouver Canucks, now I haven't seen anything, so I don't know if he did get anything, but he legitimately cross-checked someone in the mouth,
Oh, Jesus.
and he didn't get anything. So
Bro.
this dude, who's the best player in the world, has never done something like this before. First time
Yeah.
offender, you're giving him 3 games for something that's less dangerous and less just not as worse
Yeah.
as someone who, not to say Tyler Myers is a dirty player, but he has, I'm pretty sure he's like laid questionable hits before and stuff like that, and
He's a
gotten in
repeat
scrums.
offender.
I don't know if I don't know if he's ever got suspended or fined before, but this certainly isn't something like if you hear Connor McDavid cross-check someone in the face, it's like, oh wow, really, what do you do? But then, or what the other guy do?
Yeah.
And then, but if you hear Tyler Myers cross-check someone in the face, it's like, oh okay, kind of like
Yeah.
not like you'd expect it because he's not like a goon or a troublemaker or anything like that. But it's not something out of the realm of possibility for a player because Tyler Myers is huge too. I think he's like 6'5", 6'6". So
Yeah.
it would make sense that he's in the middle of stuff like that. But for
Yeah.
McDavid to do something like that and have it not
Something
be as
had.
bad,
Yeah. Something had to happen.
something had to have happened. And the fact that it was not as bad as something else that happened after,
Yeah.
it just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me that you would suspend the best player in the league for
Hmm.
3 games. and then overlook something that happened after that was
Yeah.
worse. So
S-
it was real weird.
Speaking of refs, now we brought it up earlier. In order for the Bills to win, they have to beat the Chiefs and beat the
And beat
refs.
the refs, yeah. Which
I swear to God, these refs are crazy.
and it's going to be in Arrowhead too.
Yeah, for the Chiefs Texans games, the amount of bullshit flags that I saw,
Oh my god,
dude,
dude!
you're gonna level Stroud, and then
And then you're gonna
Patricia
like
Mahomes barely gets hit, and it's a 15-yarder.
right, yeah. He barely got hit. I mean, I guess they said that it was a high hit, but he like hit him like in the chest, like in the
And
shoulder
his
pad.
head didn't even get hit.
He didn't even fall down.
Yeah,
He just lost his balance and stumbled back a little bit and like kind of did like a quick steps back.
yeah,
Stroud got decked, got flattened, and they didn't call anything.
yeah.
But then here, this roughing the
And
passer.
he wasn't even out of bounds.
No,
He was going towards out of bounds. But if you're in bounds, you're a legal player to hit. Everybody knows
his
this.
1 foot had stepped. If I remember the play correctly, the 1 foot there was 1 foot had stepped like half on the green and half on the white, so he was out of bounds and he was running out of bounds. But
It was
if
a
you're a
small
defender,
push, dude.
right?
And this is real time
And
game speed.
yeah, and if you're a defender, you're not looking at, oh, he just stepped out of bounds, I can't hit him now. You're saying, oh, he's running, and this is a player who likes to do like all
Yeah,
fake running out of bounds and cut back inside and take a couple
yeah,
extra yards. But so I mean, if he's looking at him, not where he's stepping, yeah,
yeah.
he's going to push him out of
It
bounds.
would be different if he full on just like decked the shit out of them.
Yeah,
But it literally was like,
just pushed him out of bounds,
yeah, it
and he
was
got
barely anything. And
it's so bad.
I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. I'm like, if we're going to call flags, let's be fair.
They also don't call holding on the Chiefs' offensive line.
Yeah.
That's just something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, but they'll call holding on everybody else.
Everybody else.
Dude, the thing is, if
The Lions did get away with a face
I
mask too
know,
in the
but they also
Washington game.
got away with fucking leveling off too.
They
So
really, I mean,
it
I
was
think
a hit
that
to the head.
it was a hit to the head, yeah. Which I mean, he didn't make contact with his head first, but it was still a helmet to helmet play.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
And send Goff to the medical tent.
and it wouldn't have made a difference in the play either because it was still an interception. It happened after the interception, so it
It
still
would
would have
have
been
negated the
Washington ball.
touchdown.
It would have, yeah, it would have put them. I think it would have. I don't know where it would have put him actually because he would have
30
scored.
ish.
It happened. I happened closer than that. It happened like at 15.
Yeah, so it would have been a 15-yard penalty.
Is it spotted the foul?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So yeah, would yeah, probably would have been
30.
30 at the 30-yard line, or I think it happened like between a 10 and 15, so it would have been 20 something.
Yeah.
So
Um, would it have mattered either way? No, Jaden Daniels is kicking the fuck out of us.
no, yeah, and they're in the red zone, so
Yeah.
I mean,
It's four down territory.
yeah, at least that would have ended in a field goal at the very most.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, dude, it's just if you're going to call a game, and I'm a big fan of letting the guys play. Just let them play.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, of course.
And if you don't call a penalty on one team and you call it on the other, you better make sure you're calling it the rest of the night fairly.
Yeah, it's that whole thing of establishing a precedent. Like you see it in the NHL a lot too. You'll see like, oh, this guy got hit with a high stick, or this guy got hit with a hooking call, or this was a bad hit, or something like that. But then something worse, or something equal will happen in a later game, or even in that same game, and it either won't get called or will get called like not as severely.
Yeah.
And it's like but you have to stick to that precedent because if you don't have that the same thing, the same call, and the same consequences, then what is it? What was the exception for this one more than this one? Because this one looks like it's worse, but it didn't get called as such,
Yeah.
and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then in the NFL, you get where it's this happened for this one team, then it happens later on in the game, or for the same team in a different game, or when that team's on defense or whatever, and it
Yeah.
doesn't get called. Period.
Yeah. I'm like, it's so obvious at this point, it's ridiculous.
It's so stupid. I mean,
Even to the average fan, dude, it's like,
no, yeah.
and you can talk to anybody. It's like, did you watch the Chiefs game? Yes. Okay, what were your takeaways? They were getting a lot of calls. No shit,
And they were
Sherrod,
getting away
dude.
with a lot of calls
Yes,
too.
dude. I'm like,
There are such thing as couch referees. Like we can see a play. Oh, that should have been this, and then it gets overlooked or something like that. Or
yeah,
that should have been pass interference. Or that should have been illegal contact or
yeah,
whatever.
but they had the replay assist. Replay assist should be for fucking everything.
And then they have the replays that they just show on the broadcast. And then sometimes even the announcers will say referees missed a call there, or that should have been a holding
Yeah.
on such and such. And it's like, well, Jesus Christ, why? How come we're seeing it and we're making that
I
call?
was told that refs aren't allowed to look at the actual.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're not allowed because I don't know. I don't know why they're not allowed to for whatever reason. I mean, Jesus, it's
Some of them are fucking blind, so they might need it.
right. Yeah, exactly. And also, why? I mean, why wouldn't you use
You're
that?
taking a look at it in the booth,
I
anyways.
think in the NBA and NHL they're allowed to do that.
Dude,
Like
they're
if the tablets aren't working, that they
yeah,
look at it on the sideline, they're allowed to bring it up on the jumbotron and look at the jumbotron.
yeah, dude. Like you're literally looking at it in the booth for a booth review.
It's the same shit. We're seeing the same thing that they're seeing on a small ass screen. And
Yeah,
if you're looking at it on a small on an iPad screen, why wouldn't you look at it at? I mean, it's the size of a building.
yeah.
Like what the hell?
Roger needs to really fix that shit.
Also, the eye in the sky ref. The eye in the sky ref needs to be have a bigger role
Yeah,
than just like correcting a call or telling them to pick up a flag or something like that.
yeah. Some the refs during the Vikings Rams games got fired. Like they're fired.
Really?
Yeah, I forget why, but they're fired because
Oh,
of the calls that were happening.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I know there was one referee. Um, I can't remember what game it was, but I know that he's not allowed to coach. He's not allowed to referee in the playoffs anymore.
that was the Lions Cowboys.
No, no, no. It was this year.
Oh,
Yeah, it was from this year.
well, that guy is
Yeah, but
also
that's same deal for him as well. And they also they deducted his pay. I think they took his game check away for that.
yeah, dude. I would too.
Fuck yeah.
Refs shouldn't be allowed for such big games like these are. Like they shouldn't hinder the game in any way, and they shouldn't. Basically, it looks like they're helping the other team, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the word, and I can't figure out the word.
It's the same thing in the MLB. Like you have in the playoffs, you have 162 games for each team to go through and see, okay, during the regular season, these umpires performed better than these umpires.
Yeah,
These umpires had more questionable calls and players disagreeing with calls than these umpires.
it seems like they fucking put those fuckers in.
Well, no, they don't. So they don't. So let's say an umpiring crew circulates between like the Cincinnati Reds, the Cleveland, almost the Indians, the Cleveland Guardians, the Pirates, Phillies, Mets, Yankees, Red Sox. Like they have like that whole like upper eastern part of the U.S. Like they
Yeah,
circulate there. They do like most games over there. If the Phillies are playing the Pirates in the playoffs, those umpires will do those games that are from like they'll keep the umpires in the same region. I'm pretty sure. Why wouldn't you just have the best umpires from all over the MLB? If they let's say Seattle's umpires who do like Seattle, Colorado, Oakland, and Minnesota or wherever the hell they go. If those umpires are the better ones and none of those teams, like if they're not working right there, but they're better than the ones over there, have them do that one.
you're a $1 billion corporation. You could do it
Right.
very
And
easily. It would not hinder anybody.
and now everything's tracked by analytics, so you know ahead of time that okay, this umpire had a 95% accuracy and this one had an 85% accuracy.
Take the 95.
Go with the 90. There was one guy in the playoffs who he had, I think, yeah, it was in the playoffs. He had a 99.7% accurate game. He missed one call, and it was like a two seam or like a sinker or something like that. And they kind of started on the outside and it kind of dipped out and he called it a strike. And it was a questionable call. It was like right on the border. That was the only one he missed all
Yeah,
game. And that dude didn't get to the World Series.
yeah, that's
But then there was
crazy.
another I think late, maybe a year ago or last year, that he did have like a perfect game in the World Series. And it was like, this guy should stay doing the World Series every single
Yeah,
year. If he keeps this up, have him be one of the umpires for the World
bro.
Series.
At this point, you should automatically take the emotion out of it because there should be no emotion in this. You pick whoever's the best based on their resume for that year.
No,
No
yeah,
ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care if you've been refereeing the Super Bowl for years.
right.
Like,
Yeah. I don't care if you've been an umpire for 30 years. If you can't take it and you don't perform as good as some of these other guys, you shouldn't be on the biggest stage when the biggest plays are happening.
because at a certain point, because everybody's saying it now, what's going to happen if the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
are we going to have to deal with the bullshit of the refs? And everybody sees it. The only, even Chiefs fans see it. And they're like, thank God the refs are on our side, dude. It's like, come on.
Or some like sometimes
It's
the
so obvious it hurts.
sometimes what the referees love to do in the NHL, and it pisses me off, is they'll call something like out of emotion.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
if you see something happening like in like a cross check or something like that, or like a boarding call, like a bad hit or something like that, or like something happening like a scrum or something like that,
Yeah.
they'll just randomly plug guys and throw them into the box. And it's like, oh yeah, you've been doing that all game. And it's like, well, why didn't you call it all game?
Yeah.
Why are you now calling it when like in the
Yeah.
third period when it's the biggest part of the game, or why are you calling it for us when we do it in retaliation of something that they've been doing all game?
Yeah.
Like
And then
it's
they
really
go, I
weird
didn't see it. Well, fucking open your eyes, dude. It's blatantly
that it's
obvious.
your job to see it.
Yeah. Dude, sometimes when I watch Chiefs games, it makes me cringe because I'm like, are I get it. I'm a couch referee. I get it. Like some things are nuanced to me. It was the same thing when the Vikings played Detroit for the second time and they would not call a delay a fucking game.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Alex Anzalone literally had time to look to the sideline and jump up in the air after the clock hit zero before they snapped the
dude,
ball, and they didn't call it.
there was 8 times in that game where delay of game happened. They called it 3 times. And
Unacceptable.
that's only because they had to because Alex Anzalone jumped off sides for one of them just for so them to throw the fucking flag.
And Ben Johnson was having a conniption fit on the sideline too. I mean, or not Ben Johnson. Or, no, I think both of them were. Like all of them, like Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, and Ben Johnson are all screaming,
Dude,
like the clock's at zero.
my
Like call the freaking penalty.
dude, I almost busted a blood vessel. Yeah,
Yeah,
almost a capillary, dude. My I was seething. My grandma's like, "Calm down." I was like, "I can't, dude. It's so blatantly obvious. There's such a narrative, and it needs to be set straight. If you're going to be this ref that calls everything, call everything
right.
for both teams." Now, would it be a more boring game and less fun? Yes, but at least you're doing it fair.
Yeah, I feel like it would be if you had a stricter referee in a stricter game, then you could just kind of throw your hands up in the air and be like, "Well, stop doing that then. It's against the rules. Why are you breaking don't break the
Yeah.
rules?" But if you get away with stuff, then it's like, well, why aren't you calling it? Like, why aren't you doing your job?
And then you call it on the other team, and it's just like
And it makes people even more pissed.
Rodgers gonna have to do something.
Yeah,
We'll see. They play this weekend. The Chiefs play at night.
I almost forgot the 12. So the 12 man thing on the field with the Lions. I get it. We had 12 guys on the field. We should have called a timeout, and our crowd kind of almost like a little bit prevented us from calling a timeout.
Yeah.
But another thing is, I've been watching sports for years. I just found out this past week that coordinators aren't allowed to call timeouts.
Really?
Right, exactly. Because we see it happen all over the NFL. We see it happen with the Chiefs. Do it every single game. The coordinators would call a timeout, or other coaches would
No,
call a
I'm like,
timeout.
really? You didn't know that? I knew that.
Oh no, yeah, no, I didn't know that because you see it so often.
Yeah. Well, I also played, so I do.
It's the most ridiculous thing. Like, pay attention the next time a timeout's called. Like, whether not the timeouts where like the referee standing next to the head coach and they're watching the clock tick down for a last second field
Yeah.
goal. Like that one, you see the head coach call the timeout right then and there. But sometimes it will be like,
Oh yeah, Spagnolio or
yeah,
whatever does it all the time.
like if
You're not supposed to. I forget
no,
what type of penalty it is, but you're not
it's a
supposed
it's a
to.
delay of game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's a delay of game penalty. Just like if the uh, just like if the offense calls a penalty, um, yeah, like if the offense calls a penalty when they don't have a timeout, I think that's a delay of game as well.
I was you said that backwards.
Oh, yeah. When the offense calls a timeout when they don't have a
Yeah,
timeout,
it's a
it's a
penalty.
delay of game.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite. If you use a timeout and someone calls a timeout when they shouldn't,
Yeah, the
then it's a
only
delay
one
of game.
that's allowed to is if you're like the quarterback or if
It's
you are the head coach.
it's the captain, so it's the center, quarterback, and then any player on the
I
defense.
don't know what?
Yeah,
I can call timeout?
yeah.
First off, how would a setter call timeout?
You just stand up and call timeout. Yeah,
Oh, you
okay, yeah,
learned.
because it happened, yeah. Um, someone did that during
You must have some fucking balls to do it as a setter.
right, yeah. I mean, if you know like behind you, if you hear like the quarterback calling like all like shit like that, and like your guys are like looking around, they're not set the right way, and you see the clock ticking down, you can like, hey, this play's not going to go right, timeout, and then not snap the ball.
Hmm.
Or the quarterback, usually the quarterback will make that call, like you're not getting your guys in
Yeah.
line the right way. You see the clock ticking down, and they'll call the timeout. But it does happen where like the quarterback wants to go through with the play, and he sees the clock ticking down, and the center will call it.
Oh.
Or and then usually it'll be like the middle linebackers that will call timeouts on the defense. But I think the rule is that anyone on the defense can call
Oh.
a timeout.
I've never seen like a defensive player call a timeout. It goes back to the head coach calling timeout.
Yeah, and well, yeah. Usually that's what will happen is like the defense will like call a timeout, and then the head coach will reiterate it. But the
Yeah.
players on the field actually call the timeout, and when they signal for the timeout, that's when the time stops, and they like reset the clock and shit like that. But usually you see where it's the middle linebackers because Anzalone's called timeouts before on the field, the Lions.
Yeah.
So I
Uh,
mean,
yeah, you see Spagnolia do it all the time,
yeah,
and even Brady was talking about it because he's like he's not allowed to do that, but they just
no,
let it go.
yeah, it just happens, and it's stupid because it's like
I swear to God, dude, Sunday night's gonna give me anxiety because I'm just like, are the refs going to fuck this up again?
you know they are, you know the refs are gonna fuck something up.
I'm sure during the first time the Bills and Chiefs met this year, they fucked it up, but the Bills still won.
Yeah, I mean, take last year's or not last year's. I think it was 2 years ago, or maybe even longer than that. Because I think the Bills and Chiefs have met in the AFC Championship few times. This is like their third or fourth matchup. I can't remember. But I
If
know the first time when they had the overtime conspiracy with the when the Chiefs got the ball and they scored a touchdown, and the game was over. That game had some questionable calls in it.
yeah, dude. First off, I think the overtime rules for playoffs should be inducted into regular season as well because yeah, when Kansas City played the Buccaneers and they won the coin toss, Baker Mayfield knew it was over
Yeah, I mean,
because
it's weird.
it doesn't matter because
No,
if you get a touchdown in regular season in overtime, like it's over. You don't get a Second try, you don't get nothing, which is stupid
Yeah,
because that all depends on how
I know.
lucky you get.
No, you do. You do. Yeah, you
Not
get
in regular season.
in regular season. You get two. There's one possession for each team.
No.
I'm pretty sure there is because the Lions went to overtime last year, or not the Lions. I'm pretty sure it's the same because I know you get what you call
Oh, they changed it then. Just they changed it.
it. Yeah.
It was for a while, but that doesn't make sense because it happened this year.
What do you mean?
Because Chiefs played Bucks, and then the Chiefs won the coin toss, scored, and the game was over. And the same thing with us. So this must only be talking about because the exception the exception if the team that gets the ball first scores a touchdown on the opening possession.
That's weird because there was
So no more than a 10-minute period will follow a 3-minute intermission. Each team must possess or have the opportunity to possess the ball. The exception is if the team that gets the ball first scores a touchdown on the opening possession.
so, but I could have sworn that there was a game. I can't remember who it was between, but there was overtime and the team went down the field, scored a touchdown, and then the other team got the ball, and then they picked it off, and the game was over. I don't know. I can't remember what game that was now, but I feel like I remember that happening though, because that's what I thought the rules were. But that's what the rules should be though.
Yeah,
Is that you should automatically, even if you score a touchdown and a 2 point conversion, whatever the hell, you get
yeah.
each team gets the ball once, at least
I
once.
kind of like college's overtime rule.
A 2 point conversion and get
Um,
it from the 35 or 40.
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, well, the NFL you get it from the 25 to or 35 too, but it's I like how
they get it from their 35 though. But in college, you start from the other team's 35.
oh,
Yeah, you start from like within field goal range.
oh. Uh, either way, I like college's way of doing it where if you both get a touchdown or whatever, you have to go for the 2 point after and everything like that.
Yeah,
I and there's no kicking after the first overtime.
yeah, no, yeah. There's no kicks, so it eliminates the we scored a touchdown but we missed the kick,
Yeah,
and then if it's still tied, I think because Arizona and Texas they went to the second overtime.
and it was Georgia when it's Georgia and Georgia Tech went into 8 overtimes.
Yeah, and then but the after the second overtime, the who gets the ball first switches. So Arizona had the ball, then Texas had the ball, then Arizona had the ball, then Texas had the ball, then Texas had the ball again, and then they
Uh,
won.
yeah. You know, I just like the way college does it sometimes.
Yeah,
We get to do our mock drafts pretty soon.
we do. Yeah, we have. I don't know. Probably maybe start around Valentine's Day. Do the
Yeah.
mock draft
Yeah.
because that's when everything's gonna be over with.
We're thinking after Super Bowl we'll start season 3 up.
Yeah, maybe take a week off, a couple of weeks off, or something like that.
Yeah, they enjoy this, so
Yeah, yeah.
we enjoy this a little bit.
It will be a big chunk of our coverage that is like out in the off season though. College football and football takes
Yeah.
up a decent part of our thing.
It's okay.
Oh yeah,
We have more time to bullshit.
baseball. I
Yeah.
forgot to talk about baseball.
Oh, yeah.
So there was so the Tigers talks with Alex Bregman have halted.
Ooh.
Which yeah,
Ew.
and yeah, you don't like to hear that. And Anthony Santander signed with the Toronto Blue Jays. which that was not good. I really
Yeah.
wanted the Tigers to get him. But in other news, and pretty cool news, we have the new 2025 Baseball Hall of Famers. There are three of them this
Ooh.
year. So there's Billy Wagner, pitcher for the Houston Astros, CC Sabathia, pitcher for the New York Yankees, I think Milwaukee Brewers and Cleveland Indians. I think he played there. And then Ichiro Suzuki for the Seattle Mariners, New York Yankees, and Miami Marlins. And Ichiro was one vote away from being the second unanimous Hall of Famer, which whoever didn't put him on his ballot or on their ballot,
Pitchforks,
pitchforks, torches, uh,
mace,
and then
everything.
and then something that I found out today this year. Actually, I didn't know that this is a rule in the Hall of Fame. Players that had received less than 5% of votes on the ballot are dropped off the ballot. They can't. They are no longer on the ballot for the Hall of Fame.
Damn.
And those names include Ian Kinsler,
Oh.
Russell Martin, Brian McCann, Troy Tulowitzki, Curtis Granderson,
Ugh.
Adam Jones,
Uh,
Carlos
uh,
Gonzalez, Hanley Ramirez,
uh,
Fernando Rodney,
uh.
and Ben Zobrist. Which Ian Kinsler, I thought he'd be like a maybe a Hall of Very Good, maybe not eventually get into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, very
Curtis
good.
Granderson, I thought was going to get into the Hall of Fame, and then Carlos Gonzalez, Hanley Ramirez, and Fernando Rodney, I thought eventually maybe could. Same thing with Brian McCann, and all of these guys,
That's how crazy it is to get into the Hall of Fame.
dude, yeah, and all these guys are first year Hall of Famers. So
Yeah.
it's like, why not keep them on the ballot for another couple of years? Maybe if they're 2-3 years in a row they get less than 5% of the votes, then you drop them off. Not the first year that they're on the ballot.
That's insane,
It's
dude.
dude. It's I
Is
mean
that just for the MLB?
I'm pretty sure it's just for the MLB rules. But I mean if you look at Ian Kinsler and all these guys like the top rated guys in this list, it would be maybe a little bit of a stretch to put them in the Hall of Fame because they don't have like anything like ridiculous that puts them over the top. I think
Yeah.
Curtis Granderson has like a couple 40 home run seasons. He has like years when he had like a really good OPS plus and he had like a
Hmm.
certain amount of hits. He's got a couple World Series, I'm pretty sure. But there's not anything like I don't think he has like a batting title. He might have like one batting title, and then Ian Kinsler has like a batting title. Had like good OPS plus, had like a couple like 100 RBI seasons, but nothing that puts him over the top to where he's like a super like generational player.
Is Primetime already in the Hall of Fame for
Who?
Primetime? Dion.
Elaborate. Oh, for MLB?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. He's in the NFL though.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, I don't think he played long enough. I don't think he. I
What
don't know.
about Bo
Bo
Jackson?
Jackson's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Um,
What about Herschel Walker?
in baseball,
I'm pretty sure he played baseball.
I don't know. I don't think he'd be in the Baseball Hall
I'll
of
search it up.
Fame. Tim Tebow? No, I'm just kidding. But then some of the guys that I think are eventually going to get into the Hall of Fame in the next year's ballot.
Yep, Herschel Walker. Oh,
Football.
college football.
Oh yeah. The there are some names on here that I feel like are eventually going to get into the Hall of Fame. Definitely, they are Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran was just barely out of the. So 75% is the threshold. You have to get at least 75% of the vote.
Hmm.
And for reference, CC Sabathia, or no, Billy Wagner had 82.5%, and he had 325 votes. And Carlos Beltran had 277 votes, and he had 70%. So you
Who
have to get
who is this committee first off?
the baseball writers.
So that's who decides who's in the Hall of Fame? Fucking writers.
Yeah, the baseball something writers association. Yeah.
So randoms get to choose.
No. It's not random. It's guys who have been around the MLB for years, former coaches, former players, analysts.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's like
I was like fucking random writers, random journalists off the street get to.
no, it's people who are appointed to this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jeff Passan. I think Jeff Passan is in the BBWAA. What the
That.
acronym is? Yeah, BBW.
Whoa!
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 Flagged. Flagged.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Wait, copyright. That's it.
Copyrighted.
Terms of service.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
TOS.
So the threshold to get in is maybe like if you get over 300 votes,
You're in.
you're probably going to get in. And it's anyone, it's 75% or higher. So you can have five guys get into the MLB Hall of Fame in 1 year if everybody has like a similar ballot. Three guys got in this year, but there are a few other on the list that I feel like could get in. There's, like I said, Carlos Beltran could eventually get in. Andrew Jones at 66.2%. Chase Utley, who's just second year on the ballot, I would just consider him a Hall of Famer. Rodriguez had 37.1%. Now he's an interesting one because he was linked to PEDs, performance enhancing drugs.
I
But
still say bring drugs back into baseball.
dude, I mean, it definitely was a great era for baseball. It really was.
Drugs and metal bats.
That's what. So we talked about the golden at bat rule. Something that was
Oh shit! That's this year, isn't it?
no, it's not actually happening.
Oh
No, God, Jesus Christ! I'd
no,
fucking stop watching baseball.
no, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Let's not lie here.
Yeah,
We
no,
have an audience.
no, yeah. But
Academic integrity.
yeah. But people were saying like they should have a golden at bat rule where you just you have one person get up to the plate every game with a metal bat, and I don't know if they. I mean, that sounds cool, but I don't know if they'd let that happen because of safety
Also, put
reasons.
them on 600 test,
Yeah,
10 milligrams of Anavar,
yeah. Load them with
and
Tren.
10 HDH.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my split for everybody watching.
And then have them hit a tennis ball instead of a baseball and just watch it bounce into the next county.
It's not county, fucking stratosphere,
uh,
dude.
and
Said that motherfucker, it's an orbit.
then you have Manny Ramirez,
Okay.
Andy Pettit, Felix Fernandez, and then after those, how many is that? After those seven, you kind of get into a couple where yeah they could get in, but you don't. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. You have Jimmy Rollins, legendary shortstop for the Philadelphia Phillies, great base stealer. Dustin Pedroia, one of my favorite players to watch.
Roya.
And then David Wright for the New York Mets. Generational player. Only second year on the ballot. A lot of these guys. So Rollins is his fourth year. Pedroia is his first, and David Wright's his second. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw those guys in the Hall of Fame. And then I'm gonna look up the guys who are added to next year's list, 2026 Hall of Fame class for baseball.
Just shows up Deion Sanders.
No. There we go. Yeah, so there are a couple of guys being added into next year's draft, next year's class, or next year's ballot. Excuse me, sorry. There's Cole Hamels, Ryan Braun, Alex Gordon, Shin Soo Chu, my bad, Edwin Encarnacion, Howie Kendrick, Nick Markakis, and Hunter Pence. Now, of those guys, I feel like Cole Hamels could get in. There's also Gio Gonzalez, Matt Kemp, Jason Kipnis, Daniel Murphy, Rick Porcello, former Tiger, Matt Wieters, Jeff Samardzija, did I pronounce it? Yeah. Kelvin Herrera, and Edson Volquez. Edinson Volquez. I've actually never heard of that guy. I'm gonna be honest
Damn.
with you. And what you call it? Braun was also marked the black mark of violating the MLB's I'm going to ask you Jug's policy. So you have Ryan Braun, who's on next year's ballot,
Hmm.
who was linked to PEDs as well. Um, don't know if he's going to get in. Honestly, I mean, he does have good stats. He was a really good where did he play? Brewers player. But if a guy like Curtis Granderson didn't get in, it was left off the ballot, or a guy like Pedroia didn't get in this year, I doubt Braun is going to get in. Alex Gordon, he probably could get in. He has the batting stats and he has some Gold Gloves to go along with it. World Series champion, so that would make sense. Hunter Pence, maybe multi-time World Series champion, has a couple Gold Gloves. Cole Hamels, pretty good pitcher. It wouldn't surprise me if he eventually got in. But other than that, a lot of these guys I don't think are going to make it. Edwin Encarnacion is a little bit of a question mark. Howie Kendrick, I don't know. Nick Markakis, probably not. Suchu, probably not. Ryan Braun, I doubt it. But a lot of, I mean,
That's a
I
big
don't know.
list.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is going to be a big list. And there are some guys who I think you're allowed to be on it for 10 years. So I'm going to look to see which players are going to be on the ballot next year for the last time. Let's see. Manny Ramirez, this year was his ninth year, so next year is his last. Billy Wagner, this was his last year, he got in. And Omar Vizquel is on his eighth year, so he'll have one more year after next year. And then Andrew Jones has his eighth year, and he's going to be having one more year after that. Then you have Andy Pettit, who's in his seventh, Bobby Abreu in his sixth, Troy Hunter in his fifth, Mark Bull, I forget how to pronounce his last name. Mark, fuck, I don't remember his name. But Ichiro and CC Sabathia both are first ballot Hall of Famers this year.
Nice.
Yeah. He kind of masking the news that talk for Bregman have stalled. Just give him the money. Jesus Christ. Just I don't know
It's
how
not
many
that
times I have to
hard.
say it, dude. Oh
Money
my
doesn't
god.
exist. It's not that hard. Just print it out,
Dude,
give it to him,
think about all the money you're gonna make selling his jersey.
including
It'll pay.
Jonathan's money. You would get Jonathan's money.
It depends on what number he is. I don't want to have like I don't know. Like it has to part of me getting a number or getting a jersey with someone's name on the back, they have to A be a good player, be a player that I like and follow and hope that they do
So
well.
that's two check
And then
marks.
have a good number attached to it. Like Hutchinson.
What if he wears number 69?
I'd probably get him if he wanted to walk around with his number. But if he had like I don't think he can wear number seven.
Hutch?
No,
Oh,
Bregman.
oh.
I think he might be retired already. I could be wrong. Like let's say he wore like I don't know, like number 23 or something like that. Like I think Bregman's number now is six. Let me see. Alex Bregman number jersey number two. Yeah, he can't wear number two. Number two is retired by Lou Whitaker,
Oh.
so he has to choose a different number if he does come here. He also can't wear three, can't wear. Don't think you can wear five. Can't wear six. Can't wear eight. No, you can't. You can't. Nah. No, you can't wear eight. Uh,
There's only 1 through 99 there, but
yeah, no, I don't think you can wear 10. Well, these are all retired numbers. Uh, can't wear 24. Can't wear 21. Can't wear
damn.
22. I think. Can't wear
Can he call
47.
him up and, like, if he really wanted to, it'd be super expensive.
Wear what? 24.
Yeah. If they can unretire a number, but it's going to cost a whole lot of money.
You're not unretiring that number. You would have to pay. You would have to buy the franchise in order to unretire that number,
I'm just saying.
or Cabrera would have to do something like horrific
Yeah.
in order to unretire that number.
I'm just
It's not
saying.
even retired yet, but it's going to be.
I
Like
know.
no one's wearing that number unless his kid comes back. Like unless his kid makes it to MLB and he wears the number, and like Cabrera says that he can wear it.
I
Like that's
know,
the
but
only thing.
I'm just saying, like, is a number ever really retired?
Oh, yeah.
Money is green.
No one's worn 99. No one's worn 21. No one's worn 42. No one's worn no card. I mean, you think of all of these players in like across the different like the with the Red Wings. Nobody's worn 9. No one's wearing 5. No one's wearing 19. No one's wearing 10, 1, 4, 12.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
The Da Vinci Code.
yeah, 12. What's the other one? 1, 4, 5, 9, 19,
You don't count
10.
correctly.
1, 4, 5, 9, 19, 10. One more. There's 8 retired numbers. I said 5 already. 4, 5, 9, 19, 12, 10. It's not 2. Is it 2? No, it's not 2. Because
On our next episode of Will Jonathan Guess the Correct Number,
is it 6?
you'll find out next week.
No, 7. Ted Lindsay.
Good job, buddy.
uh,
I'm so proud of you.
so yeah,
Not
no
really,
one's.
but
But you also notice no one has worn for the Red Wings. No one's worn 16 or 91. 16 is Vladimir Konstantinov was paralyzed in that limousine accident.
mm,
No one's worn that one. No one's worn 91 for Sergei Fedorov. So,
it's also very, very hard to live up to those expectations.
right, yeah, because I mean those guys like
It's like
I don't know why they haven't retired 91 already. To be honest with you.
it's like there's this kid that just committed to Auburn, and he wants to wear number 2. Cam Newton was number 2 at
Yeah,
Auburn,
I don't know if he's wearing that
and
number.
Cam Newton said on his podcast, "Fuck nobody."
Fuck no.
He's like, "You would have to pay me an exorbitant amount of money, and I still wouldn't let you."
No, yeah.
He's like, "You haven't fucking earned the right to wear that number.
Right,
What
yeah,
are you, a
no.
high schooler?"
There was one guy on the Red Wings. He had a number, and when I think it was 88, and Patrick Kane came here, and he let him wear 88, and he chose a different number. Or it could have been.
It was.
I can't remember.
It was. It's like when Zadarius Smith came here. He wanted to wear 99. He's like, I had to pay a lot of money for this number.
Yeah, who wore before him?
I don't know.
Somebody. Yeah, I think that's like an unwritten thing with players. It's like, yeah, like if you come here and you have like your name attached to that number, like people know you by that number, and I'm wearing it. It's like, yeah, well, like, what am I gonna like? What are you gonna get for me? Usually, it's like if it's a big name player, it'll be like, oh, a car or something like that, or like take me and my family out to dinner or something like that. Yeah, that's happened before. That happened to MLB. I can't remember
No,
who it was.
that just sounds like, hey, take me on a date.
Oh, yeah. I think it happened with Freddie Freeman. When Freddie Freeman came to the Dodgers, someone had worn number 5.
Honestly, if I was in that position, I'd be like, well, we gotta talk about this. So we're
Right. No.
meeting
Yeah.
in person.
It's gonna be an even trade. Like you can wear that number, and I'm gonna also pick a different number that's like close or that also like like that I like, and I'm gonna end up getting something from you. Like you're gonna end up paying for something, or you're
Well,
gonna give me cash or whatever.
not only would I get compensation, I would make damn sure they can actually live up to that number.
Right.
If you're
No.
in
Yeah.
that area, you're excellent.
Right.
So are you going to be my excellent? That's what I want to know.
Right. Yeah. Especially if it's someone like Zadarius Smith
Yeah,
coming in and being number 99. I mean,
Jimmy Butler's going to get suspended for 2 games again.
good. Hope he blows his knee out.
Ew!
I do not like Jimmy Butler.
What did he do this time?
He did just his attitude and the way he talks when you see him talk to his teammates and the way he does those stupid press conferences and him wearing shoes of other teams' colors.
Oh,
Yeah, did you not see that?
no.
In the last game, he wore Phoenix Suns colored basketball
Who
shoes.
does Jimmy Butler play for?
Miami Heat.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were about to say fucking Pistons or some bullshit.
No, I would be so mad if he came to the Pistons. I really would, because he's just not a good locker room guy, and like, no, I would not appreciate that.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yeah, I don't know. It's also, I mean, there's a reason why he was left off of the Olympic roster. Let's just say that.
I don't disagree. So,
Yeah. Um.
anything else you want to talk about while I'm stretching? I sound like an old fucking man.
Can't be the champ until you beat the champ.
I texted a lot of people that,
Yeah.
and they were like,
I posted it on my story yesterday.
uh,
Instagram.
they were like, fuck you. I was like, what was that Borat thing that you sent me?
Oh yes. This is my name of Ohio State. He he is pain in my assholes. I win Big Ten championship. He win Big Ten championship. I win a natty. He must win a natty. I go undefeated. He cannot afford. Great success. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Yes.
Uh, very nice.
Very nice. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I got nothing else. We all good?
No, yeah, I think that should be
All right, everybody. We will see you next week for your favorite episode.
all right. Yeah.
But